it's Susan here from Kagome Higurashi Cosplay, and welcome to the first episode in the 20 Years of Cosplay series, where we're going to be counting down to the year 2020 using costumes. So today we're going to be going back to the year 2000 with Kagome from Inuyasha. To make Kagome's uniform, we're going to be using Simplicity 8160, and we're going to be using the patterns for View A, since that has the longer sleeves, though we're going to be changing the bow in the front. And we're going to start with the sailor collar. So we're going to cut two of the collar pieces out of green fabric. I'm using some green Kona cotton that I got from Joann's. And on one of the pieces, we're going to sew on some white bias tape to create the stripe. Putting right sides together, we're going to sew both of the collar pieces together along the outer edge, leaving the curved part of the neckline open. Turn the collar right side out and press it flat. Then we're going to sew a zigzag stitch along the curved area to hold the two pieces together and to help keep the edges from fraying. Cut the front and back bodice pieces out of white fabric and sew the darts according to the markings included on the pattern. Then we're going to zigzag along all of the edges to help keep them from fraying. Sew the bodice front to the bodice back, along the shoulder seams and along the side seams. Then we're going to finish the edge using a rolled hem. I did shorten the bottom edge of the shirt just so it would match a little bit more with Kagome's design. Now we're going to sew the collar to the shirt. Now the pattern directions call for sewing a yoke into the shirt. For some reason, no matter how many times I've tried following this pattern, I can never get the yoke to look good at the point, so I just sewed it directly to the shirt, but if the pattern directions work better for you, you can follow them as well. Cut the sleeve pieces out of white fabric and zigzag along the edges to keep them from fraying. Then we're going to fold the sleeve in half and sew it together along the side. To make Kagome's cuffs, we're going to cut two rectangles out of green fabric, sew on a strip of bias tape, then fold the cuff in half and sew it together along the side, then fold it the opposite direction and zigzag along the top edge to hold the two pieces together and to help keep the edge from fraying. Sew the cuff to the bottom of the sleeve, then sew the sleeve onto the bodice. To make the insert for Kagome's top, I cut I guess this is a hexagon shape out of some of the green fabric. We're going to sew on a piece of the white bias tape, then fold it in half, and we're going to sew along the raw edge using a zigzag stitch to hold the two sides together and to help keep the edges from fraying. Sew the bodice insert piece to the underside of the collar. To make Kagome's scarf knot, we're going to cut a rectangle out of the green fabric and sew on a piece of white bias tape towards the middle. Then we're going to fold it in half and sew it together along the long side. Turn the knot piece right side out and press it flat. Then we're going to zigzag along the edges to keep them from fraying and fold the knot piece in half and sew it together along the side. To make Kagome's tie, we're going to cut four pieces out of red fabric in this petal shape, then pair up the pieces, and we're going to sew all around the edge, leaving the top open. Then turn the petal right side out, press it flat, and zigzag along the top to help keep it from fraying. Insert the petal pieces into the knot, and we're going to hand sew them into place. Sew the tie to the bottom of the sailor collar to attach it to the shirt. To finish off Kagome's look, I just whipped up a quick pleated skirt using the same method that I used for my Moonchan skirt. And with that, Kagome is done. For more cosplay tutorial videos, please subscribe, and thank you very much for watching!